Welcome to Mornings with Patty, in which I read from one of my daily spiritual meditation books and I share on it. And if you like this kind of content, follow like below. Today I'm reading from The Courage to Change, July 18th, and it's about easy does it, taking it easy on your spiritual practice. We often come to our spiritual practice with the philosophy that if something works, it will work even better and faster if we try harder. But my spiritual practice involves a long-term process of growth and change. Our efforts to speed up this process are more likely to interfere with it, leaving us frustrated and depressed. In my spiritual practice, we learn that easy does it is a great way to get work done when we stop pushing. When I first started my spiritual practice, I heard that although we learn to entrust our lives and our future to a power greater than ourselves, we must do our part as well. With my usual fervor, I threw myself into the work. I started book studies. I held groups. I did all the footwork, and I made at least 10 calls a day and began a frantic effort to practice everything all at once. No wonder I was so overwhelmed and soon exhausted. Today I know that I can plant a seed in fertile soil, but I can't help the plant to grow by tugging at the seed and hope that it will sprout. I have to let the process unfold at its own pace. I take my commitment to my spiritual practice seriously, but I can't expect miracles overnight. When I approach my life with an easy does it attitude, I treat myself and the world around me gently and lovingly. For those of you who know me, I don't tend to be a gentle person. I have a tendency to push and shove and get what I want done now. And that's kind of how I was raised in these funky times. My point that I want to make to you is that if you are on a spiritual path, if you are on a healing path of any type, whether it's your body or your mind or your relationships, it takes time. There is no easy, quick fix. I know because I've tried everything. And when I watch some of y'all go out there and try this and try that, I've already done that. And what I can tell you, that your life to serenity and peace and your healing comes one moment at a time, comes being present at a time. Be willing to look at your stuff, find something that is unloving to you, and make it more loving. That's really the bottom line, is letting go of the things that we think we are, our unworthiness, our not good enoughness, whatever that is. Our body isn't the way we want it to be. The only thing that I know that works is consistency and practice. So what will happen in this consistency of the practice of whatever it is, even if it's just listening to me talk every morning for less than 10 minutes a day, is that all of a sudden you're like, oh, look, I'm not reacting the way I used to. Well, that's really interesting. Or that person's responding to me differently. Maybe it's something that I did. I promise you that's how it works. It's a slow awareness that the things that you used to do are no longer working for you, and the things that you're doing now are working for you. Take those wins, but also know that everything takes time because we live in time and space. Yes, there are exceptions. There are people who win the lottery, but they're very few. There are people who do have spontaneous remissions, but they don't always happen overnight. It happens because they practiced a really long time of being a different person. Things take practice and consistency. So if you want change in your life, take one thing at a time. Remember, easy does it, and you're going to be fine. You always will be. You always have been. So be gentle with yourself. And today, when you see yourself going like this, and wanting to fix and wanting to change, just relax a little bit and know that when it's time, when you've done the practice, everything will work out. And one other thing I want to mention, that in the book, Malcolm Gladwell's book of Blink, he talks about mastery. And in order to become a master, it takes 10,000 hours. So if you think of Bruno Mars, if you think of Beyonce, if you think of Taylor Swift, if you think of Roger Federer or Tiger Woods, they started at a very young age to become a master at what they were, and they did it all the time. So if you only put in an hour a day of practice, and you put in 365 days, that's 365 hours. Whatever you are committed to change in your healing, you have to be committed to doing it a lot. So I say that so that you can be easy on yourself, be gentle with yourself, and know that growth and change take time. Ask the tree outside your window.